Hi pals, clever intro. I'm having a hard time today. I've tried an intro 3 times. We're gonna go with that. Hi, if you're new here, I am Casey. I do booktube content, and one of the things that I really like to do is every month after wrap up, I like to talk about the books I spent my money on, whether I'd spend money on them again or not. And one thing I'm trying to do this year is I want to talk about how many like library books I checked out, but also the just straight up total amount of money I saved by using and utilizing my local library and also other libraries because Libby's really cool. So let's do that first, and then we'll quickly go through the books I physically own that I read this last month. So you'll see I have my little notebook here. I'm not going to do like a close-up on it or anything, but I have in here all the books that I read. And now there are several in here. In January, I only started 2 books that I ended up not completing before the end of the month. February was weird. There's a lot more of them here. So there's a lot more on here than what I talked about in my wrap up. Some of them are DNFs. Some of them are books that I just did not manage to finish before the end of the month, but I have calculated them here because this is, because I started them this month and that makes sense to me in my brain. So the total amount of money that I saved by using my library is $187.68. Now the way that I've calculated this, if I read the audiobook, I took the price of the book off of Audible because that's the audiobook service that my spouse and I use. And so I know that technically I could spend credits on these, but I think the most fair way to calculate it is not by like how much I spend on Audible each month, but by the cost of the audiobook itself. If I read it via ebook or I read the physical copy of something, I have taken the price from Barnes & Noble for the paperback edition because hardbacks just run really expensive, and I thought that was kind of the most fair way to do it because Barnes & Noble is going to hit the MSRP a lot closer than like Amazon, who undercuts their prices very specifically. So that is where those calculations have come from, and holy shit, that's a lot of money I didn't have to spend. Libraries are fucking amazing, right? And then the amount of money I spent on books that I already owned was $120.91. Now, the way that I've calculated this, some of these books I had used, and I don't have receipts from, you know, more than like a month ago. So I did my best to try to remember how much I spent on something, but if I can only remember a range, like one of my books on here, I have like between $5 and $9. I can't remember, but it's somewhere in there. I calculated the highest amount because I just thought that was sort of the most fair way to like not undercut this amount of money. And there is one book in here that I DNF'd that I got from a little free library. So that came in at $0, which I think is really cool. Now, the other number I want to talk about is how much money I actually spent on books versus like gift cards or gifts for books for like Christmas or my birthday. And that total was $73.93. And when I look at this pile, seems like there's no way this is almost $75. In here are a number of books that I either did not finish before the end of the month or that I DNF'd, and I'm not talking about for one reason or another because that's going to happen a lot this year. But yeah, those are my numbers. So let's talk about the books. The first one I have here is Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. Would I buy this again? I'm a little torn on this. I think yes, I would, but I would only buy it used. If I saw this or a paperback at our local bookstore and it was a used copy for a very reasonable price, I would definitely buy it again. Now, I'm not unhappy with it. I had a good time with it and I'm going to love seeing it on my shelves. And you can see here with the tag, I don't know if it's going to focus. There it is. I got this at a library sale like 2 years ago, and I was super excited to get it, and I did get it for very cheap. So I am happy to have this. I am happy with the amount of money I spent on this, which should have been somewhere around like the $5 range. And I am very happy with that amount of money spent on it, and I'm very happy to see it on my shelves. So yes, I am happy with it, and I would buy it again, but I would only buy it again used. This is not one of those books that I would jump at the opportunity to buy full price. The next book I have here is The 100 Years War on Palestine. Would I buy this again? Yes, this was bought for me as a Christmas gift, but I was already planning on buying our home a copy of this, and so I'm super happy to have this. I would pay full price for this again. I would pay full price for this for multiple people to gift it to them. That is how important I think this book is and how much I really got out of it. So yes, happy to have it, happy to, would have paid full price for it, and likely will again in the future for someone else. Next one I have is My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. This is a reread for me. Did I pay full price for this? I actually think that I used a gift card to buy this one, but yes, I did go out and physically purchase this for full price, even though it was with a Christmas gift card. And I would again. I love this book. This is one of my all-time favorite books. I didn't talk about this in my wrap-up because it's a reread. But if you want to see me talk about this and Don't Fear the Reaper before the third book in this trilogy comes out later this year, please let me know, because I'd be willing to just sit down for a long time and talk about how much I love these books. But the long and short of it is, yes, I'm happy I paid full price for this. I would absolutely do it 100% again and again and again and again, because this is just so incredible, and Jade Daniels is just my idol. I love her. Speaking of Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones, this is a sequel to the previous book I held. I paid full price for this. I didn't buy this immediately when it came out. I in fact double own this because I pre-ordered the audiobook, listened to the audiobook the day it came out, and then within a week went out and bought a physical copy of it. So yes, I paid full price for this. I'm happy I paid full price for it twice, and would absolutely do again. And the last one we have in my stack is Echoes, the Saga Anthology of Ghost Stories, edited by Ellen Datlow, and I bought this off of Book Outlet. I did this because they always have these tags here. I promise I'm not just losing my mind. Maybe I am, but not for that reason. I paid just under $10 for this, and I'm happy with that. This is huge, even though I ended up only giving this 3 stars across the whole. This had really incredible stories in here. Some were flops, some were just meh, but for the most part, I think that this is a really well curated collection, and I'm happy to have it. So yes, I would pay, I don't think I would buy like a full price $23 version of this, but I'm very happy with the slightly under $10 I paid for it, and I would absolutely pay that amount for it again. That's it. That's the books that I read in February, and yeah, we did the thing. We did the thing. I'm struggling today. I'm so sorry. I hope you're having a better day than I'm having this early in the morning, and I will see you on Friday for the next video, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Feel free to do algorithm things, and yeah, that's it. Bye.